Hey, welcome to the Calvin Dean Show, and man, hi guys, how you doing? Are you ready for some football news? I mean, we just had the Super Bowl, right? The Kansas City Chiefs beat the San Francisco 49ers, and what a game, overtime, poof, right? I mean, it was an amazing game. What an amazing game. I just wanted to let you guys know, thank you so much for listening. I have some great subscribers, listeners. I have a new one, and she is Georgia Peach from Georgia. She lives in Nebraska. Kay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. And hey, Nikki from San Francisco, Nikki's Niners. Sorry, honey, that your Niners lost. But hey, they're going to be there again next year. And Jonathan Morales, Stu Karen, Drew Katikback, Marlon White, and on, Chris Copian. Yes, hey, I can go on and on, guys. I have a lot of listeners. Thank you so much once again. And I just, Gigi from Oregon, forgot about that, right? And just remember to comment on these shows, guys. I want to hear your take on the Super Bowl. I just would like to hear it. Now, think about this one. It's off season. And man, we got a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of stuff going on. I mean, look at the Chicago Bears. They're the number one pick in this year's draft, right? And they have Justin Fields. Yes, Justin Fields, right? He has been subject to trade rumors since the Bears scheduled their number one overall pick for the 2024 NFL draft, right? They also hold the number 9 overall selection, right? But Fields recently said he wants to stay in Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, of course he wants to stay. Come on, guys. And Fields said during an appearance on the St. Brown Brothers podcast on this Wednesday, the quarterback first public statement since the end of the season. This was his first one. And he said this: I can't see myself playing in another place, but I know how the leg is. ... Right? So, I mean, and he also stated, if it was up to me, I would stay in Chicago. I love the city. The city is lit. The fans there are great, but it's business. I ain't got control over it, so whatever happens, happens. Right? Wow. I mean, this is my thing on this, right? They have the number 1 pick and the number 9 pick, right? I would trade Justin Fields to Atlanta for a number 1 pick. So they would have the number 1, the number 8, and the number 9 pick. They would have 3 first-round picks. Just think of that. 3 first-round picks. Caleb Williams is the real deal. He is the real deal, guys. He is just, he's it. He's ready. He's going to come in the NFL. He's going to ball. I guarantee you, Caleb Williams will ball the first year. And you get a line around him, offensive line. I would probably take a nice, someone that with offense, but then an offensive alignment, And so they would actually have 3 picks if they traded for with Mr. Fields. I mean, think about it, guys. Why not? Why not? I mean, it's insane if they didn't. Insane, man. It's insane. I just don't know why they wouldn't. That's just me. Hey, and that's one big thing, and that's a big thing. First pick in the NFL draft is huge. I mean, there's going to be a lot of talk about this, and of course, I mean, look at Justin Fields. He still has some years. I think Atlanta would be really good for him. I think a running quarterback. They have a running team, and then they have offensive weapons too. Drake London, Pitts, they have some good runners. Think about it. Algier, Bijan Robinson, they have a stacked team. And to put him, Justin Fields, on that team, ooh, man, think about it, guys. Think about it, Hey, even maybe a first rounder, and then give me someone, someone from the Bears. I don't know. I mean, just I think the Bears definitely would, maybe grab a lineman from them too, and a first round. You know what I mean? Think about it. Think about it. All right, the Ravens, Geno Stone, the safety. Ravens safety, Geno Stone, on free agency. And he says, I just want to be somewhere I'm appreciated. I mean, it's that time of year, guys, that it's business. It's a business. The NFL's a business. We all know that, right? And what happens is that these guys, their contracts are up, right? And now, and teams are, once their contracts are up, if that player isn't worth, like an X play, like, safeties are high price items, guys. They are. So if the Ravens, they have so many high price items players. Think about it. They just signed Lamar Jackson. Well, he's the highest paid player in the NFL, right? And, and then Geno Smith in 2023, 7 INTs, right? Career high, second most in the NFL. Ravens had 16.5 PPG allowed and 60 sacks in 2023. Both led the NFL. Ravens Geno Stone joins a large group of Baltimoreans. He found a home in Baltimore, man, becoming the first time playmaker at safety in the Ravens secondary. I mean, seriously. He's 24 years old, guys. He's heading into free agency. At the end of the day, Baltimore is always going to be his home. This is what he's saying. And once again, they end the sentence with, but business is business. You know what I mean? What does that mean? Well, in his case, business is business. He's just saying, well, pony up some money, and business is business. My rookie contract's ending, and you got to, and you can't really franchise a safety. That would be, I don't think that would be smart. You could franchise, another player, but not a safety, because the safeties, in all reality, they're getting some bank, and if you franchise it, it's a pretty big franchise tag, that takes some money away from your salary. So maybe they could structure a contract, we'll see. Hopefully they will. The kid is great. He played at Iowa, he entered the NFL as a 7th round pick in the 2020 draft, 7th round, and he did, during his rookie season, he bounced around the team's practice squad, participating in 2 games, but had a stint of reserve COVID-19 list, so he ultimately was waived in December, right? Houston claimed him, but he didn't play a snap for the Texans. Stone returned to the Ravens in 2021, where he played as a reserve as a special teamer in 2022. He saw his role increase, making 7 starts. And in 2023, he became a full-time player. Full-time. Starting in 11 games, generating 7 interceptions, 9 pass defended, and 68 tackles from his safety position. 68 tackles. Wow. In 4 seasons, Stone has earned, I think it was like he's a little shy of $5 million total. Wow. I mean, it's like 1.25 a season, I mean, guys, 1.25 a season. That means he's making, after taxes, playing his agents and everything, he's making around $500,000. So in 4 seasons, he's out of the $5 million. You have to figure it's a 1.25. Yeah, maybe $650 a year he's making. So you multiply it by 4. So he's really making like 2.4, something like that. And it's just, oof. But anyway, my heart's not bleeding for him. I mean, the thing of it is with him is that he just started playing well. Now that sometimes players do that. I mean, they take time. It was like myself. I did the same thing in baseball. All of a sudden I just, it snapped. And it was in football too. When I was playing in college, it just snapped, and I played well. And it was just, it's confidence, if you get the confidence, if you do have talent, you can definitely make it, but you have to have the talent and you have to have the will to play. That's for sure. If you don't have the will to play, well, what I mean? It's just, forget about it. Forget about it, There's a lot of news, guys, going on. A lot of news, I think about it. Look what's going on. They have the latest updates, which would be today. Latest updates, okay. Coaching news. How about this? Okay. Now, the Chicago Bears, the team announced the competition of Matt Eberflus coaching staff with the additions of running backs coach Chad Morton, wide receivers coach Chris Beatty, offensive passing game coordinator Thomas Brown, assistant offensive line coach Jason Hotang, and offensive assistant Robbie Pizarro, and offensive assistant, Jennifer King, who is the first female coach in Bears history. Yes, Miss Jennifer King. Congratulations, Jennifer King. Wow. That's cool. Wow, that was cool. And now, coaching news for the Detroit Lions. The team announced hiring of Jim O'Neill, a defensive assistant. Okay, Daisha Townsend, passing game coordinator, defensive backs. Terrell Williams, run game coordinator, defensive line. And we have we have Charles. Injuries. These are injuries. Now we have signings. Re-signed guard at Houston Texans. Re-signed guard Dieter Eisen and D'Angelo Ross, the cornerback. Wow, he's good. Injuries. Charles Omenihu tore his ACL in the AFC Championship game. Confirmed he has successful surgery this last Tuesday. Congratulations, Charles. Roster cuts. Offensive lineman of the Los Angeles Rams, Brian Allen, was released by the team. Allen started 32 games in 5 seasons with the club, including 16 during the team's Super Bowl run in 2021. The Vikings re-signed safety Theo Jackson. Congratulations, Theo. The Saints announced 6 more additions to their coaching staff. John Benton, offensive line coach, he's good. Rick Dimmonson, the senior offensive assistant. Derek Foster, running backs coach. Andrew Jacako, the quarterbacks coach. And Darius McGee, assistant wide receivers. And don't forget Keith Williams, the wide receivers coach. Wow. I mean, that looks like they're restructuring coaches. You have to understand something in the NFL. You see a lot of these players jumping around, but a lot of these coaches jumping around too. If they're not winning, of course, everyone looks at the the players. But in all reality, it's not just the players, guys. It's the coaches as well. If they're not coaching a game, Wilkes got fired of the 49ers, right? They had to fire someone. They really had that game won, and that defense just could not hold them. And they don't. Mahomes is Mahomes. I understand that. But, they don't really have, this powerhouse offensive core. And they should have stopped them. But, I'm telling you something. You have to know something about football. Dre Greenlaw went down. I have Mahomes on like he was mic'd up. And he goes, 57's down, 57's down. They knew it right then and there. You have to understand something. When you have the 49ers and each player is at a high level, the second string player is at a very, very low level. And there's a reason for that. The reason is because the very high level person's getting a lot of money. They don't have as much money to keep their replacements. And the replacement is not even close to Dre Greenlaw. And guess where the touchdown was at the overtime? On Dre Greenlaw's side of the field. Yep, on his side of the field. And, they played on that, and they won. And they even had the crossing pattern over the middle, Dre Greenlaw right there. But what happened? Kelsey got it. He had a 22-yard gain. It's just, you have to understand, that this is, that's certain things are won and lost. That was the turning point of that game. The turning point of that game was Dre Greenlaw going down. And that is the reason, one of the main reasons why the San Francisco 49ers lost that game. If he doesn't go down, different story. Cameron Hayward's surgery Tuesday was to clean up a procedure of his groin core muscle issue. Oof. That's just defensive lineman of the Pittsburgh Steelers, So, and you can go on and on. Guys, there's a lot of Seahawks have hired Jeff Howard as a defensive backs coach. Wow, that's great. So there's the news, guys. The news. I just want to hear you guys tell me who you think is going to be making the playoffs next year. Will the Chicago Bears get rid of Fields? Let me know. Give me your take. And if they don't get rid of Fields, tell me reason why, and tell me what you would trade down to. It's just, you have to, I need to know. So, it's just, man, I just love this time of the year, because this time of year we can go in and we can look at what's going on, what's going on with the teams, who's trading who, and it's fun. It's fun. I have a really, really good time with this. I just love football, guys. I just love it. It's great. I have fun doing it. Wow. All right, guys. That was my quick show. And I just want to thank everyone. I had to go over it. This will be a weekly event, guys. Weekly event. And I am going to definitely do a show live. And, man, we're going to start that next week. Take care, everyone. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Calvin Dean Show.